Let's light it up. I just find it really handy having my phone using for all the lights in here. It's crazy if I turn off all the ambient lights. This thing, wow, this is like crazy dramatic lighting. I kind of like it. Maybe I'll do something with it one day. Maybe I should. Today we're talking about this wonderful little SSD here from Lexar for the iPhone. TB SSD for the iPhone. It comes with this magnetic bumper. You just slide it in here, and now it's the probably securest SSD ever. And as you saw on the bureau, it attaches to the phone. And it also comes with this small, cute little cable here. Why would you need such a thing that you attach to your iPhone? It's because of the iPhone's log footage, which is insanely huge. I've got some examples for you where I used this log footage with this SSD setup on a production. We had one recording that went for 43 minutes in total, and the file that the iPhone produced is 228.6 gigabytes. That was huge, dude. I mean, crazy. And on another scene of the set, I had, for example, one thing that was 10 minutes, 41 seconds, and that got 53.55 gigabytes for a 10-minute video. I mean, if you're in the cinema space and you're filming with ProRes or similar formats, then these file sizes are probably known to you, but for me, they're new. Yeah, projects where I've used this SSD on is the said production that I just mentioned. This was a full-day production with 3 music videos and a Christmas show and a music worship set for over half an hour. That was the 43 minutes recording. And the great thing is the iPhone just didn't stop recording. It just recorded the 43 minutes in one go in one file. Because this iPhone log footage, in my opinion, is really worth using. If you have a 15 model or now the 16 that I have, it's such good footage that is coming out of a phone. I mean, I do see the difference between my R6 and the iPhone, of course, but it's for what an iPhone is, it's really nice. I filmed, for example, this video right here completely on the iPhone with log footage and also this SSD, and it turned out fine. Yeah, for example, if I don't want to bring my full-on setup and just want to use the iPhone because the microphones are also really good on the 16, just bumping this SSD on here. Using the wide angle for some vlogging or even just having it handheld, basically like this, you know. Totally good setup. And next week I will be on a production as well where I will film like a TED Talk-ish thing, and there I will set up the iPhone as well and just let it record, and then I have just spare footage, just some extra footage also for testing it further. And I think using the log footage is really worthwhile. Here's some examples. So I think it's really worth using this log footage. You just need space for it. And my iPhone definitely does not have enough space. When I got it new and I put on the log footage, it said 12 minutes total. And I have the 256 gigabyte model. Of course, I have stuff installed and big apps. For example, Genshin Impact has like 30 gigabytes almost. For example, right now, my phone has 43 gigabytes free, and with that, I already can't use it. It says 1 minute. I can record 1 minute. Now it says 2 minutes, but you get the point, right? So it's freeing up some resources, yes, but... And if I'm put on this SSD is half full, I believe. And look what happens when I plug in the SSD with the recording time. Super cool, right? It feels like I can record forever. When I plugged it in first, it says over 260 minutes. recording time in 4K 25. When you bump it up to 4K 60 or 4K 120, that's a different story. For 2 terabytes for 4K 120, it can only do like 80 minutes. But who records 80 minutes in 4K 120? If you slow that down 4 times, you were back at 260 minutes roundabout. And you can also use the app, of course, with apps like the Blackmagic recording app. You just need to set up in the settings that it is supposed to write the files onto this SSD. So that works just fine. And the iPhone just creates a folder in here, like the DCIM folder. And then, yeah, just write the file in there. And workflow-wise, it's really handy because I can take this SSD from the phone, plug it into the computer, and I don't need to transfer the files anywhere else. So I already have a few projects on here, including File Cut project files, and I just added right off this SSD. I don't need to bring these files into somewhere else, and which saves times because of how huge the files are. So that's a nice workflow touch, I think. And the SSD is certainly fast enough. Hey, editing Daniel, could you look up the SSD speed of this? There we go. That's the speed. Thank you, Daniel. And this is what I mean by it's more than just an iPhone SSD, because it is just a regular, very capable SSD that has plenty of storage. I'm really convinced by this thing. I mean, there are other solutions out there. For example, there's even smaller ones. For example, this funny little guy here. This is a 512 gigabyte big USB stick if you want to have it. And this one with a little adapter. I didn't find a USB-C version of this, unfortunately, but it does work and I can plug it into the phone. But the reading speeds, it says I can record, it's fairly full. I can record 50 minutes if we look at this clip here. But as you will notice in a moment, it's just gonna stop recording because the speeds of this thing aren't enough. And there's, of course, another solution even from Lexar that I haven't tried yet, but it also looks really nice. And there's other people reviewing it. And I believe this other solution from Lexar also is really, really cool. And if you want to check it out, I have the SSD down in the description with an affiliate link. Would I recommend this SSD? Yeah, no doubt. Certainly. Very nice, capable little guy. Can make your everyday vlog setup really minimal, really small, if you would decide to bring it with you like this. And it's also, it doesn't really come off. If I shake it like that, oh, now it came off. So it will come off from the iPhone if you don't have a case. But if you have a case, look at this. Or here I had on this Spigen case here. Very pretty, actually. And the magnets on here, this combination is really, really strong. And also you probably won't shake it that hard in the everyday life. That was a quick look at this lovely little SSD. I hope you found it useful. And more stuff like this is definitely coming. Wish you a wonderful day, a wonderful week whenever you're seeing this. And see you in the next one.